I spoke to Pully as well. Pully's a G. I can't even lie.
Yeah. What I was gonna say? I was just looking at when Jake and Tommy faced off. What do you guys think? Because what I'm seeing here, I'm seeing Tommy.
Oh,
Jake's
it's good.
joined. Jake's joined.
Yo,
Shit,
Jake,
Jake's
what's up, Jake? Paul.
Hello.
Hello, Jake.
Hello,
Hello.
Jake.
Yo, guys.
Jake.
I was just trying to listen. I don't know.
Hey, yo, Jake, I got a question for you, man. Would you respect it if KSI fights Mike Perry next?
Bro, that's not even a. This guy can't misrepresent.
Oh my!
Bro, trust me, that's a good ass fight.
No, wait.
Wait, chill.
No,
Let
wait.
him
That's
answer.
not
Let
even
him
the
answer.
question he actually was meant to ask. What he was meant to ask.
Let him answer.
Do you think? Okay, go on then.
Yeah, I mean it's better than Joe Fournier for sure.
Yeah, there we go. The man has spoken. The GOAT agrees with me. Your opinions do not matter.
Yo, Jake,
Jake, how many rounds is it gonna take for you to smoke Tommy?
3 rounds.
3 rounds. Holy.
Do you know what shot you think you end him with?
I'm trying to
F-hand.
get
F-hand.
him out of there with a hook, just so that I could say I dropped someone with my left hand.
Yo, Jake, question. Jake, do you think you have the respect you deserve, like, from your boxing career?
No, I don't think so. I think from a lot of old school legend boxers and a lot of current boxers, they really respect what I'm doing. But I think the boxing critics still haven't put the respect that I deserve on my name, and rightfully so. Like, I'm not mad at them or anything. I understand where they're coming from, and I still have a long way to go. But I think they should have a little bit more respect. But hey, that's not my.
Hey, yo, Jake, there were rumors of this fight being scheduled for 10 rounds. Can you speak on that? Was that something you were trying to do?
Yeah. It's something I'm trying to do moving forward at some point, but it seems that my opponents aren't down. Like KSI, I put 10 rounds in the contract, and he immediately turned that down. And same with Tommy.
Are they even eligible? Because Tommy's last fight was 6 rounds. He's never had 8 rounds. Could he fight 10 rounds?
I mean, yeah, and Saudi for sure. If you're in a stricter commission, then no. But in Saudi, they would let us do whatever.
Jake, what fight do you think you could win that would make everyone respect you? Because obviously, I feel like with Tommy, if you beat Tommy, people can still say, "Oh, look at who he's fought before. You still haven't fought a good boxer or an undefeated boxer." What fight do you think you could win that would make people respect you more as a fighter?
I think people think Nate Diaz would absolutely kill me. So I think that just because he's known.
I disagree. I think after you beat Silva, I've seen a lot of people in the MMA scene say Nate Diaz is a way easier fight than Anderson.
Yeah. Well, shit. Then I don't know, but
actually, I have a question. Is there, moving forward in the future, are your plans to go down to light heavyweight 175, or do you plan on staying at cruiserweight?
I'll go to 175 for the right opponent for to be a world championship.
What about KSI?
But I know
he wants.
I'll probably only do that one time for the world championship because it's going to be difficult to get to that weight, and that's going to take a lot on my body.
So you would like a meet in the middle for KSI? You would meet in the middle, like 180?
185.
Bro.
The topic a bit. We're talking a lot about KSI.
Wait, so if you was to fight for a belt, you would.
What did you see from Tommy Fury when you faced off? I know you said in your Instagram caption that you saw that he was scared, but do you really think that, or do you see him feeling confident at all?
No, I definitely really think that. I seen how he was acting and flinching, and he was looking to his brother to, for validation to see if he was doing good. And he's never been on a stage like that. And I think he was so nervous actually that he wanted to go home after that. That's why we didn't end up doing the face-to-face. And you could see it in his eyes. Like, if you listen back to what he said, like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, you're going to hit me so hard that I'm going to stay here? Like, and then he realizes that he didn't know what the fuck he was saying. And I think it's all just like one big show where he thinks he needs to act like his brother and his dad because that's all he's known his whole entire life. And so he's built this character for himself where he has to like act a certain way, but it's not really who he is, but he doesn't know how else to act. So he's just going along with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I have a question. Is there a financial risk in the contract for him if he pulls out? Because I know you have Mike Perry as the backup fighter, but is there like an actual financial penalty for Tommy if he pulls out this time?
I don't know if I could speak on that.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Do we know when the rest of the card will be announced?
Soon. It's being finalized.
Yeah, there's
Cool.
3 fights. 3 fights have been confirmed thus far.
Jake, will there be a press conference in Saudi, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we're working on that now.
Yeah, that's fair, bro.
And hopefully it'll be a proper press conference, like where we could actually sit there with some microphones. And yeah, but working on that too.
Jake, do you
I'm
have
gonna
any...
go back to listening. I was just like, I'm like eating dinner. I was just like listening. So I'm gonna just go back.
Enjoy your food, mate. Enjoy.
Hey, take care, champ.
Enjoy, Jake.
Now, I was gonna ask this guy if he had any comment on the Sky Bree thing, cause she just said that she did a mad thing with you guys have seen the Sky Bree.
Bro, we were just talking for a long time with only like 20 people, bro. There's like thousands because of Jake now, bro. It's crazy, man.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot about that. I want to ask you a question. Obviously, there's a lot of pressure on Tommy to win this fight, especially because obviously the thing about him carrying the family name, obviously his brother being Tyson. Do you think that he'll do well under the pressure, or do you think he'll crumble?
Wait, are you asking Jake? Because I think he's
I'm asking you guys. I'm asking all of you.
I think I don't know, man. You see Jake, yeah, this guy has like, I don't know, when the guy just talks, yeah, you just can't chat shit back, man. Honestly.
Nah, bro. I think if you want to talk about pressure, there's pressure on both guys because it's Jake versus the world, and it's Tommy Fury and his family, right? But his family knows what level Tommy Fury's on. They know his ceiling. So I don't think obviously they don't want Tommy Fury to lose to Jake Paul, right?
Yeah.
But it's not like it's Tyson Fury that's going to lose to Jake Paul. It's not a world champion. We're talking about a novice boxer with just a few amateur fights, right? As far as pressure, obviously this is the biggest fight of both of their careers. Every fight's the biggest, right? Whenever you're fighting, it's the biggest fight of your life because it could be your last. If you lose, you might never fight again. I do think Jake. I just think Jake's the better boxer overall. Like I said, I think he's more fundamentally sound. Tommy Fury's got a body that he can't use. He's got 80 inches of reach for nothing, right? He fights like a guy with a 72-inch reach. So I don't know, man. Like I said, I'm not saying this is because Jake's just in here. I've been saying I think Jake wins that fight easily. But it could be a good fight. Who knows, right?
I mean, it's one of those things where I don't actually know because I mean,
exactly.
I'm looking at the face off. Tommy seems so confident. For example, he said, "Oh, I've been fighting people better than who you fought when I was 14." Obviously, it's not true, but Tommy seems confident. Tyson is keeping it cool with Jake, which could maybe mean that he doesn't feel like like Jake is a threat to Tommy. But at the same time, Jake is also showing that he's confident. It's one of those things where I actually don't know. Obviously, I think Jake will win, but I can't actually say confidently who I think will win.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight, honestly.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
But bro, this is the whole body language perspective. I don't even look at it like that. I'm just looking at Tommy's past fights and Jake's past fights. And the whole difference with Jake, right? Every single fight Jake's ever had has been in the spotlight. His first fight with Deji in front of millions. His fight with Gibb was really big. His fight with Nate Robinson in front of millions. He's never cracked under pressure. I just think 100%, that's going to be the difference maker, really.
I feel like this fight, first of all, obviously, I'm guessing Jake's team is still in the negotiations for the KSI fight. if Jake loses this fight, first of all, that will make it a lot harder for him on his side in the negotiations for the KSI fight. Also, I think on Tommy's side, he's got a lot of pressure on him, and I think this fight, I think one of them will not do well under pressure, and it will end up bad for them. But I think it will either go far one way or far the other way. I think it's either a Jake Paul knockout or a Tommy knockout. That's honestly what I think.
Well, like I said, I think the most likely outcome is a Jake Paul decision win. I just think Jake Paul's more effective in the rounds. He works fine his jab really well. He keeps up the pace. I think he's going to be the aggressor as well.
You know what?
We've never seen Tommy Fury fight with urgency. Like Jake Paul fights with urgency. We've seen him do that quite 100%. Often, but for example, if it's 8 rounds or 6 rounds, if Tommy Fury finds himself halfway through the fight down on the scorecards, we've never seen him fight with urgency to go for that knockout. He
won't.
But
here's the thing,
and you know,
Jake,
I think it depends on how many rounds there are as well. Obviously, Jake's cardio is pretty good.
8 rounds.
He works hard. Oh, what has it been confirmed? 8 rounds, he said.
Didn't Jake Paul just say it's 8
rounds?
And Jake fought 8-round fights, so like I think Jake will do pretty easy.
No, but here's the thing you got to keep in mind, right? Jake Paul carries his power late. Like he knocked out Tyron Woodley in the 6th round. He knocked down Anderson Silva in the final round, the 8th round. So we know the power is going to be there for the whole duration.
I think if Jake can piece Tommy up and Jake can keep a good tempo in the later rounds, I think he can honestly knock him out. I think with either an overhand or a hook.
Or even knockdown.
No, it's not even. I reckon it's that straight thing he does when he does that straight right and he rolls under. That's the shot that would.
I see Chrissy wants to speak. Everyone, just let Chrissy ask her question quickly. Go ahead, Chrissy.
Yeah, I honestly think that the Furies are playing or trying to play some form of mind games on Jake. That are like, oh, you've never done this, you've never done that. Do they realise the amount of pressure that he's been under his entire life? He can't even go to like the gas station. So the amount of pressure he's been used to, I don't think he'll crack.
I agree with you.
Does anyone know what the whole tactic was? The shirt off from Tommy's end? Does anyone know why the hell Tommy took the shirt off?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, just hold up. I want to piggyback on the whole pressure thing, right? Not only is he under an immense amount of pressure from his family, he's under immense amount of pressure to perform because this is a main event on a pay-per-view sold-out arena. Like even when he fought on Jake Paul's undercard against Anthony Taylor, he was one of the first fights. 100%. It wasn't packed yet. When he fought under Tyson Fury on his card, it wasn't even halfway packed. So it's like he's not used to this environment. This is Jake Paul's field.
I think Jake has always had Jake's always had the spotlight on him. He's always gone through situations where he's been under pressure. He's faced a lot of adversity. That's why I think Jake will deal with it good. Tommy's never been under any real pressure, and I think that's why he'll crack.
Not only that, right? Not only the spotlight, bro, but look at if you actually watch the second Woodley fight, and I know we all didn't enjoy the fight. It wasn't entertaining, but it was a dirty, ugly fight. Woodley headbutted him twice. It was a dirty fight, and then he still finds the knockout in the 6th round, right? So, like, there's a lot of, like, Jake Paul is a fighter, man. He's a real fighter. I can't say the same about Tommy. I haven't seen anything for me to say that, but like I said, Jake's just used to the environment, man.
Tommy's just say earlier. That basically his whole life has been scrutinised. Absolutely anything that he does. If he wears a shirt that's wrong, people will slate him for it. He don't care what people say, in my opinion. Yes, there's going to be things that maybe get to him, but I'm sure by now he's pretty thick-skinned to not let it affect him because he knows his friends, he knows his true friends, his true family, and what they actually think about him. So what some random person says ain't going to bother him.
Yeah, also on Tommy on the pressure.
Who's this?
You know, I remember watching the coverage for the first Woodley fight when Tommy fought on his undercard, and his dad talked about, you know, it wasn't a great performance because he was nervous for this fight. So he does, you know, first big arena, he does have that nervous kind of energy, and his family kind of know it too. So I just think this moment's going to be far too big for him, especially his kid just being born too. I
was gonna say that. I just was thinking, like, he's got this dynamic with, obviously his girlfriend is much more famous than him in the UK, right? Being Molly May, one of the biggest female influencers out there right now. And she has been the bigger, like being as a man in a relationship with a girl that's like doing a much more bigger things than you. She's the breadwinner. She's got the fame. She's got everything. She's really got the spotlight if you really look at the situation. So him fighting Jake Paul, it's a big thing for him because if he loses, then he's not only the bitch at home already, but he's also the bitch at home who just lost the fight to quote unquote the YouTuber boxer. That's long. Imagine that as a man. Aye, he's fighting for his life right now.
Hey, yo, we got Wade Concept the GOAT in here, bro. He's a speaker. You want to say anything, Wade?
No, yo, Wade, you good?
What's up, guys? How we doing, man? How we doing? I'm just like everybody else, man. Anticipating this thing, loving the build for it, loving the energy from both guys. Watched that face-off yesterday. There was I don't know. You watch Jake look in the eyes of Tommy, man. There's a different look this time around. I think that the games are done with from both guys, and listen. If I've learned anything from BJ Flores and Jake, it's that whenever you anticipate something they're bringing, they give you something else, man. They keep learning and growing, so fair play to them. I'm excited.
Hey, yo, Wade, any prediction yet? I'm not sure if you gave your prediction. Not sure if you're comfortable giving it, though. You want to
throw that out on fight week, but I am leaning Jake, man, because like I said, I've doubted too many times. I've been proven wrong too many times.
Honestly, man.
So it's like, at this point, you got to be either in Team Fury's camp and seeing something that I'm not, or just an idiot to continue to doubt Jake.
Literally.
Yeah. Tommy looks like too excited though. Even at the face-off, like the guy couldn't stop that.
I don't think it's,
bro. I'm not even gonna lie, man.
I don't think there's anything that we see from Tommy or Jake to say either guy is quote unquote scared of the other guy. I don't think it's that, man. I just think that the work will be shown on the night. Whoever's really put that work in and genuinely taking this sport seriously, and really that points to Jake, man. The guy has been doing it for the last 3 years, been grinding on it. Tommy does it when he's told to do it.
Hey, man.
So it's like, all right.
We're trying to see a Jake Paul Wade Concept interview, man. Can you make that happen?
That'll come, man.
If Jake's in the space right now, set it up.
Wait, would you ever get Tommy? Would you ever get Tommy on it?
I've never been invited on.
Oh, bro, don't even. Hey, listen, I've reached out multiple times about it, but we'll bring him on. Makisa and me and BJ have talked about it, and Makisa as well.
Oh wow! All right. Well, they never relayed to me.
That's all right. Listen, I'm 100% down. I know you're doing your thing right now. I don't like to interrupt, especially this close to fight week. I don't want to, step on any toes. But afterward, I'll come down to Puerto Rico and we'll get it done, man.
Yeah, you're welcome whenever, bro.
Appreciate that.
I would be down to do it for.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
100%.
Hey, man, that's love. That's love,
100%. I'm down with it. But no, man, I'm excited for the fight. I'm excited for all this. It's finally time, man. Finally, we get this thing.
Yeah, bro. I think we can all agree, though, the Jake Paul Tommy Fury fight is so much bigger now than if it had happened.
Yeah, it's exciting, bro. It's a day after my birthday as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
Bro, because
my
the
birthday
amount of
today, I can't lie.
build up, bro.
Happy birthday, man. Happy birthday, bro.
Safe, bro.
Happy birthday, bro.
Thank you.
You should have said so, bro. I would have said so earlier, man.
Nah, it's calm. Nah, but real quick, let me not take the thing. But
your MVP, Wade is Jody. Add Jody MVP if you can. But yeah, carry on.
What does anyone know? What is the biggest biggest fight that Tommy Fury's had? Because I know what Wade you're saying, like, oh, he's not scared of Jake, but I think he's scared of the spotlight. I think he will crack under that pressure.
I mean, if I had to answer, it'd probably be Anthony Taylor, right? Because that had the most build up and it was on the Jake Paul card. That's probably the biggest fight he's had with the most eyes on him. In my opinion.
I mean,
wait, you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here, guys. Go ahead. Sorry.
Wade's on the road. Roadman Wade.
Yeah, I'm out getting treatment right now. But
wait.
You were asking what the hardest fight was for Tommy?
Yeah.
No, I think I think the question was the biggest spotlight fight. I think that was Anthony Taylor, right?
Okay. Yeah, Anthony Taylor. Well, I mean, he was on Tyson's undercard too, but and that I think he was one of the curtain jerkers on the card. So it was before a lot of people got to the venue. But that's the thing, man. Tommy just hasn't faced a ton of adversity in moments where you kind of wonder how will someone react. You just don't know. Tommy hasn't been pushed. He hasn't really been in a fight yet. Maybe the Jordan Grant fight, if you wanted to say someone pushed him a little bit, but the spotlight hasn't been on him in a way that Jake has continued to show. And this is not me, playing defense for Jake or anything like that. The numbers and the facts speak for themselves. The guy has put himself in tough fights for him, and Tommy just hasn't done that yet. And that's why this fight's so interesting, because Jake's been there, proven it, then did it again, then took on Anderson, which I'm still baffled that people look at the Anderson fight and go, old man, ha ha. Like,
I don't even think it's rigged, man. It's a bit sad that people say that as well. Like, being Jake must, like, I know he doesn't really feel down, but he must feel a bit like,
The thing with me is this. It's like, if you guys want to say Anderson Silva is this old man that couldn't fight and he couldn't box and he's a 50-year-old MMA fighter, then how did he do what he did to Chavez Jr.? You tell me that.
Preach, bro. Preach.
You tell me. And again, I understand Chavez Jr. wasn't what he was supposed to be because of the family lineage and all that, but you're talking about a pro boxer with 50-plus wins and a title under his name. What are we saying, dude?
Facts. 100%.
So it's like, I know we don't play boxing math, and this guy beat this guy, so he's better than this, but Tommy hasn't fought anybody combined with 20-plus wins. Combined.
Right. Hey, wait, I wanted to get your thoughts on Mike Perry being the backup fighter.
I like it, man. I like it. Mike's a tough dude, gritty. Again, he's one of those guys that's going to make a fight ugly, and he's going to be there for the entirety of it unless you stop his heart. You know what I mean? Like, he's that type of guy. And let's not forget, he's talented too, man. He's not like the greatest boxer that's ever lived, but he did to MVP what a lot of people can't.
Yeah,
he dropped
man. Holy fuck.
Right. So, but here's my question. We were debating this earlier. What about KSI Mike Perry if Mike Perry doesn't end up filling in?
I like
Tommy?
that fight.
Because you got the history with him beating Michael Venom Page, London Shoot Fighters, and a lot of people said here in the space said they'd rather see Fournier, but I think Mike Perry is a bigger fight. More people know him, and he's in his prime.
Listen, at the end of the day, what they're going to do with KSI is they're going to give him. They don't want KSI to go down, okay, this is Jake's, quote unquote leftovers route, right? They want to give him some variety. And I understand that. You don't want to give KSI just the same fights Jake fought, because then KSI is not fighting the guy Jake fought. He's fighting the performance that Jake had versus that guy, right? So it's like, okay, yeah, you give him Tyron Woodley. That's a tough test. And if he doesn't pass that test in the same way Jake did, or it's lackluster, then you've kind of just shot yourself in the foot, because you're still trying to get to that Jake fight regardless. I don't know if they go with Mike Perry, but it would be a banger for sure.
True. Well, I think Mams Taylor has entertained that idea. I think he even follows him on social media. Like, I'd be down for that. I think Mike Perry KSI, like, sign me up, bro. I want that.
Now that you think about it, it's actually a pretty good fight.
And not only that, Mike Perry will sell the fight too, and you know that. He will sell the fight.
Wait. I haven't really heard Mike Perry's voice. Is he from USA or UK?
No, he's from the USA.
He's from Africa.
Florida, lived African, in Michigan. 100%. Or no, I think he's from Michigan, lived in Florida. One of the two. But he's an entertaining guy for sure, man. He definitely turns heads.
Pretty sure
and he's 5% black. Don't forget that.
That's right.
8% is 8% Nigerian.
Yeah. Go ahead, Christy. What was you saying?
I was just saying that Mike Perry's 8% Nigerian.
Oh, yeah. It'll make sure he tells you, too. No, Mike's the man. Fun fact about the Wade concept. When I was a very, very, very small channel, I think back in 2017, 2018, I got an interview with Mike, and I didn't know what I was doing, and somehow I either didn't record the audio or something didn't work, so we lost the file. But it was my first interview ever on the channel, and I never put it out. But Mike has been on the Wade concept technically.
Bro, that's sick. Bro, I was checking the lineup for the MMA hour, and I was hoping to see Mike Perry as a guest to talk about being the backup fighter. So maybe you could set that up.
Yeah,
reach out and he would get that interview, bro.
True, that's true. I'll have to reach out. I know some of the guys he's had as past manager, so I'll reach out and see if I can't get him on the phone.
Bro, you're a high profile now. You can get that easy.
Wait, how's the health back? Say that again?
I said, how's the health update?
Oh, we're doing okay, man. I'm a week into treatment. It's a 2 to 3 week deal here. It's just really, I mean, I don't talk about it a lot. It's basically, I have like a central nervous system problem, apparently, to where my body is like stuck in this loop of creating in some way these blood clots over and over. But I don't really know exactly how to fix it. But we're working on it, and everything's going well.
Yeah, praying for you, my brother.
Get better, bro. Get better.
You'll get well soon, Braid, man.
I'm over. I can't tell you where I'm at.
Fuck, my ass is sore.
Hey, wait, I got a question.
Cold,
If
buddy.
you weren't dealing with any health issues, do you think you'd be working this event with Jake Paul? Because I'm sure they'd love to have you.
Listen, I'm always blessed with opportunities and people reach out and stuff like that. If that's something that MVP and them wanted to reach out and talk about, I'd definitely be interested in listening. But I always say this: if not, I'm blessed to be able to cover the sport in any way possible. If so, thank you for the opportunity, and I'll smash it. But I don't think as of right now that's going to be anything going down. But you never know. Regardless, they're going to have a great event, and I can't wait to see it, man.
Would have loved to have seen you doing the face-to-face with Jake and Tommy. I think that would be hilarious.
Well, Tommy would not have shown up. That's the problem. Tommy wouldn't show up for that.
No, I'm surprised that didn't actually, or I guess I'm not surprised that Tommy didn't show. I'm surprised that they tried to get him to do it that same day, because I had a feeling once they got in the ring together, there wasn't going to be much else to do.
Well, I saw the footage after they both were in the ring. I saw a footage of Tommy completely going backstage, whereas Jake, he watched the fight front row. So I don't know if they knew about that face-to-face, but I'm assuming Tommy just went straight to the gym.
Yo, BJ,
Hey, what's up, guys? Thanks for having me on.
No worries.
DJ, my guy.
Wade, how you doing, brother? Everything good?
All good, man.
Love it.
Hey, yo,
So
BJ,
yeah, on you go, Wade, on you go.
Yeah, sorry, I have a question. I saw that on your flight back, you were flying economy. They couldn't put you in first class, man.
That's the least of my worries, brother. We're 27 days away.
No, I'm joking, by the way. No, I just noticed that. I'm sorry. Probably should have brought that up.
No, it's fine. I'm not worried about it. That's the least of my worries.
Absolutely, man. Living the life, for sure.
So, BJ, how is everything going then? How's camp going smoothly? Everything looking good for the 26th next month?
I mean, I think the main thing is Jake's really got a chip on his shoulder for Tommy, and he's wanted this fight for a long time. And, you guys were talking about it earlier, and the timing of this fight couldn't be better. Jake's developed a massive amount over the last 12 to 18 months. A big part of that is, bringing in Danny Smith, a massive part of our team, and my trainer before when I was, professional boxer. And Danny's done a hell of a job coming in and add a lot of touches and bringing a lot of experience. And Jake's just in a different place now than he's ever been. So we're excited about February 26th and excited about the opportunity and just ready to get to it.
Yep, and something that I've seen said, BJ, obviously facing MMA fighters as Jake's been doing, with Woodley and guys like Silva. People say that can sometimes present a more awkward, stance and things like that in the ring. So, see with someone like Tommy Fury, who's coming from a traditional boxing background, are you expecting Jake Paul to show even more of himself against someone? Because obviously Jake's been sparring more boxers and he's been sparring MMA fighters in terms of over the last couple of years. So, just want your opinion on that.
That's actually a really good question, and it's true. The more rugged, the more inexperienced the guys are, sometimes it's tougher to go in the ring under the bright lights and look better against those guys. And we did bring in a tremendous amount of MMA guys, throughout the camp for Anderson and for Woodley, both fights. But sometimes when you get in there with a conventional boxer, things come off a little more smooth and a little more traditional. And Jake's been, honestly, over the last 12 months, he's done hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of rounds with top prospects, former world champions. And, we don't baby him in the gym at all. We go really, really hard on him, and Jake welcomes the challenge every day, and he's locked in. And like I said, there's never been a day I brought in a sparring partner where Jake has even asked a question except, hey, how many rounds am I going? So the guy's locked in. He's a fierce competitor. He doesn't care who's in front of him. And, like I said, we're just ready for the 26th.
BJ, I wanted to get your thoughts on Mike Perry. He's the backup fighter. And I don't know, could you comment on who you think the harder stylistic matchup is, Tommy or Mike Perry?
I mean, Tommy, checks a lot of the boxes. He's a boxer. He's Jake's age. He's the Fury, last name, obviously the Fury lineage. And, people, a year and a half ago, everyone expected Tommy to, really, do a job on Jake. But I think now they've kind of traded places. And I think Jake has evolved to a level that Tommy hasn't reached yet. Mike Perry, though, let's go back to him really quick. I don't think KSI fights him because I think they know better. And I think Mike Perry disrupts plans for anything that KSI wants to do in the future. Mike Perry is a very tough, rugged, savage, very tough-minded individual. And I don't think, Team KSI wants any part of that. before any big potential matchups based on the opponents he's fought in the past. So I think they stay away from Mike Peary. They know better. And just, having Mike Peary as a backup is really a testament to Jake and what he believes in himself and what we as a team believe what he can do. So Mike Peary is no pushover, and he's not a backup for anybody. He's a very, very tough fighter, and we respect him a lot.
Absolutely. I have one more question about that. Is he going to be in attendance? Like, will he fly out, make weight, just in case Tommy pulls out a day before?
I would imagine so. And like I said, that would be a conversation you'd have to have with Nikisa, Jake's manager. But, Mike is, he's I'm sure he's going to have to be on call the entire time. And like I said, for him to step up and do that, it shows how much he believes in himself, how much he loves the game of boxing and the game of fighting. He believes in himself, and he just, I'm sure he'll be there on call for the weigh-in and on call for, any situation in case Tommy doesn't show up, because,
How was the
it's
sparring?
happened 2 times in the past.
How was the sparring between Jake and Mike Peary?
I don't discuss sparring with anybody, so just kind of stays in house, and it's kind of one of the rules we have in Jake's camp. We don't talk about it. I'll tell you, he's very, very tough. He's very tough, and he's a game individual, and I was really impressed with him.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how afraid are you of Saul Poppy?
Listen, I don't want to knock anybody or say anything, negatively. I think he's very good in the space he's in. He's got some good technique. He's obviously got experience. He's got good reflexes. I like how his charisma. I'm actually a fan of Saul Poppy. I think he's really good, but he's got a 0 out of 10 chance against Jake, obviously. So we're not scared of him, but I think he's doing a great job, and I wish him well.
Wait, isn't there a big
I got a
0 out of 10?
Yeah.
Isn't there a huge
BJ,
weight
I
difference?
have a question. Do you rate Saul Poppy higher than KSI as of this moment?
Not at this moment, no, because KSI's still got a win over Logan, which I don't know if you want to call it a win, but he's got a decision over Logan, 3.5, almost 4 years ago. But until KSI and Salt Poppy fight anyone, I really can't say anything. I just I got to sit back and wait till they fight someone of note, somebody who's got a name, somebody who brings some kind of challenge. And until I see that, I just can't really make any 100% comments.
Jake Paul's got to get some credibility in the space. He needs to fight Saul Poppy.
Yeah, but if Saul Poppy, let's say Saul Poppy fights KSI next, which I think would make a lot of sense, and let's say Saul Poppy beats KSI, would that be an option? Would that be a fight you'd be willing to make, Saul Poppy, Jake Paul, in the future?
That's a conversation Jake's manager is going to have. Yeah, actually, to be honest with you, I can't answer those questions. Jake would answer that. Nikisa would. Whoever they line up for us, though, I guarantee we will be ready for. And it doesn't matter. We will take everyone the same way. We'll take everyone 100% serious because, Jake's life's on the line. So we treat every camp very professionally. We go about it in a very professional manner, and we're locked in. We don't care who the opponent is. So Jake's only getting better. You better get him now before he has another fight or two, because the ceiling is very, very high on this young man. So I'm telling you right now, we are going to have a big, big year in 2023. I've said it for 3 years. This would be our year, and it's right here. So I'm just really excited for all the work Jake's done. He's a hardworking kid. He's very tough. He's very courageous. He's a great, great, great teammate. He's a great boxer, and I'm really, really proud of him. So we just got we've got a big, big year ahead of us, and we're all locked in, working hard.
BJ, what do you think about the PFL announcement of Jake Paul? Do you play a part in that camp? I'm sure
I don't know. I don't.
You
I just, obviously Jake's name is one of the biggest in the sport. He's done, doesn't matter what he touches, it turns to gold. And I think obviously PFL, they're taking a stance, and they're trying to use, partner up with Jake and use his influence to bring over more fighters. And I think it's a very intelligent and a very strategic move. I think they're doing a great job. So I think Jake is, he's looking forward to doing that in the future. And I think he's looking forward to bring some names over there, and it's exciting. So I can't really comment any more than that, but it's just, it's a good move by PFL.
Right. And I'm sure you probably can't comment on this either, but let's say everything goes according to plan. Jake beats Tommy. Is Nate Diaz next? Is that who you guys want to fight?
I don't know. I'm not thinking about anything else except February 26th and Tommy. So I refuse to mention or talk. I mean, it just doesn't. It's all bullshit until after we get through the 26th. So we need to make sure we focus tomorrow, and then we're locked in on the next day. And I'm only thinking about our sparring tomorrow and what we got to do the day after that. So anything besides that is just kind of nonsense.
BJ, talking about the rounds, because it's confirmed it's 8 rounds against Tommy. Yeah, that's absolutely confirmed.
Yes.
because there was rumours about 10 rounds, and obviously Jake, in my opinion, his conditioning was massively improved against Silva when you compared it with the Woodley 2 fight, and I actually thought he still had more to go even in the Silva fight. I thought he could have even went 10 rounds, and that's why when I heard that this fight could potentially be 10 rounds, I was feeling a lot more confident, as a Jake fan, thinking I can see Jake actually benefiting more from that than actual Tommy, because obviously Tommy's never had a more than 6-round fight. So were you sort of pushing for the 10 rounds, but more on the Fury side wanted to be 8?
To be honest with you, that's a good question. It didn't really matter to me. Jake has been asking for 10 rounds already. He's ready to make that move, and we've done it in the gym several times with 3 different sparring partners, and Jake can do it no problem. The problem Tommy's going to run into is when you've never done that amount of rounds. Obviously, there's a lot of lack of confidence as far as whether he can do it or not. I know what he says, that Jake can't fight. He's a YouTuber and all this stuff, but I think he knows at the bottom of his heart that Jake's been 8 rounds 2 different times with much tougher opposition than Tommy's been in the ring with. And I think he was a little lenient to that, but Jake was open to the idea of fighting for 10 rounds. Me and the rest of the team, Danny and Jay Leone and everybody, we're all totally open to it. And the decision was to go for 8 rounds. And I don't think it's going to come into play at all because, like I said, Tommy's really going to have improved a lot to get past the 3rd or 4th round with Jake.
So you're predicting that Jake's going to knock him out, yeah?
Yeah, I know he'll knock him out. And, if he doesn't knock him out, then he will beat the hell out of him. But like I said, it's not going to be a situation where I think this fight goes to the scorecards. We've got a game plan in place, and this fight does not go the distance. I don't think people are taking Jake Paul seriously enough, but after this fight, they will.
So do you think that out of all of Jake's last opponents, you think that Tommy Fury is like the biggest challenge that Jake's going to face? Or?
I can't really say. I'm not sure. I think Anderson
I
beats
personally
Tommy.
think Silva.
Yeah.
Silva's probably the
BJ,
hardest.
what round would you say Jake knocks out Tommy? Do you say
I don't know. I can't. I don't have a crystal ball. I can't say what round he knocks him out. But I just feel like with the game plan we have in place and everything we're working on right now, I just don't see how Tommy gets to round 8. So if he does, God bless him, and it's a real credit to him. So like I said, this fight we're not looking to go to the scorecards. Jake is looking for to get Tommy out of there and make this very one-sided, and to really put himself on the map. And it's not like he didn't already do that October 29th against, one of the greatest strikers in the world, Anderson Silva. But Jake feels like he hasn't accomplished anything yet, and he's really, really determined on this fight. So, this one's going to be good. February 26th. Sit back and watch out, get your popcorn, but don't get up to get a drink because you never know what's going to happen.
100% will not be doing that. 1,000,000% won't be doing that.
All right, guys, I got to run. I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Hey, take care,
BJ.
You're the man.
Thanks, BJ.
Man, like BJ,
That was a sick convo right there.
Yo, I wanted to ask one more question. I really want to know why the fight's been moved to the 26th from the 25th. I wonder why.
That's probably because of the venue. It might, contract or venue or something along those lines. It's not going to be anything too complicated.
I was going to say,